Let's get started here. So last time we were working on the system for saving and loading. And we got pretty far. But did not get everything to work just right. And this time got that working just fine. And also, finally, we have proper mixing at the edges here. That has been an issue that has led to this project from the beginning. So that's good. And we also have the ability to hide layers, the ability to delete layers, and the ability to save a project, go over here, and then load in that project. It does look like we have a little bit of a regression because I'm pretty sure I had this working before. Anyway, I've also gone ahead and fixed the eraser tool, which does erase correctly now, with the alpha at the edges not getting weirdly lighter like it was doing before. And the way that we're doing that is we're actually putting the eraser separate, so like here above the canvas group, so it would be over here with the brush tip, and then we go ahead and like, you know, merge that into the layer instead of doing it through here, and that lets us use the colors. Hey Cosmic, welcome. Just going over some of the stuff that I've done since last time. Pretty proud of how the eraser tool works now. Doesn't give the weird crispy white edges when you erase. Just works how you would expect it to. It does have this interesting effect where it like inverts stuff, but I think I'm just gonna leave that. I think it looks kind of cool, at least for now. And then, yeah, like I was saying, the way that works is it actually does it on top of the layer instead of in the layer like I was doing before, so I can change the shader around a little bit, and it actually gets the color from the layer and then uses that to properly mix in and do the subtraction. Details aren't like too important, but that's how I fixed it. And then, yeah. The problem right now that we're facing is when we load in things, they don't... Oh, okay. So that's fine, actually. I just accidentally drew twice on the same layer. So yeah. We fixed the issue last time where when we were loading stuff in, it would just kind of break. So that's fixed. Here, if we add another layer, make sure we select it. Maybe not completely fixed. Yeah, definitely something a little off. Let's see. Get child count on a null value. Oh. That means I removed this, but I didn't read it? I think. Wait, this is the layer control, which is what? Let's see. I need to go back here. Layer control. Okay, so that's the... basically each row here. So it's gonna have the visibility button, and then also the layer button here. That is a layer control. And what's happening is we're switching to a layer, and right now it's not working correctly because I must have removed a layer control, but then like somehow I'm clicking on it still, I guess. That doesn't make much sense. Let's see. Also that. Which I don't think is a huge issue. It's a little concerning, but not a huge issue, as far as I know. And then, let's see. So this layer control apparently doesn't have a parent. How does that work? So it's controlled by this, the layers container here. And that is doing something. I need to remove this from the playlist. So we need to find where this actually adds the layer, so that'd be here. and also where it removes the layer. Or what removes the layer. And actually, it looks like, I kind of make the button itself remove the layer, but like indirectly. So it removes the layer, and it's a change signal. And then when layers are changed, we do this. Yep. The oldie Winamp. So we do that. We get the layers, and we go through the children here. We remove them all. So maybe I need to also just go ahead and like do free those. I don't know that that matters. Like, I think they'll eventually be cleaned up, if I'm not mistaken, but we can try that. I think that may have worked. What? Let's try the same basic thing, but we'll just do it exactly the same way that we did. So we do load project, we load it up. Make a new layer, select it. No. Okay, so this is more annoying than that. It is not super predictable. Happens when you do something very specific. I'm not sure what happens to panning. Maybe this is my mouse just having issues or something, but it's like, it's really jittery now. It didn't used to. Let's see. Where was I? The layers. I think it's like, maybe if you have enough layers already, and then you load it in, and then you make a new one, and then you click here? No. What the heck is the problem? Okay, let's just do it again. Loading again. Okay. Make a new one. Select it. Okay, it's like if you load it twice? Huh? What? What? Yes. Truly an enigma. That is weird. That is weird. Okay. Got one more thing we have to try. One layer. One line. Save. Load. Okay, that's fine. That's not fine. Okay. So this happens with one layer. Alright. We should follow that. On toggle. We set the layer ID? No, we get the layer ID. Okay, so we're clicking on the button to select that layer. All right, and then we say, okay, gonna get from our parent control, the layer control, here. We're going to get the layer ID. But it says, oopsie, I don't have a parent? For some reason? How is that possible? Because it's clearly in the scene, and if it's in the scene, it has a parent. The only thing would be, like... See, but that doesn't make sense. Oh, is it like... Is it something to do with this? It's gotta be, right? Like, I need to make this be ready instead of in it. Something like that. Yeah, might have done that. Mm-hmm. I think it's working now. We save. And we load. No. Okay. It couldn't be that easy. Why? 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 This, yeah, this is fine. It can be unready. Like, honestly, init should also be fine. I'll leave it, though. Null value. 5. Happy null. The node doesn't have a parent. Huh. I don't have an explanation. The only thing is, somehow, something goes wrong when I do this, I think. Sorry, Dessel, we're not going to talk about that. Welcome to the stream, though. True. Very real and true, Nays. Hmm. What are the options? Something is happening. Maybe. Aha. Maybe in like the same frame the layer grid is like removing the layer control, but then like the button, it still kind of exists because the script hasn't like fully run through yet. But it like got its parents set to null or something. But why would it do that? Like, that doesn't actually make sense why that would happen. But it's also not happening when we delete layers. That's not the issue here. We don't have to worry about that. It's just switching to a layer. No, I mean, maybe that's not entirely true. Because it's like happening when like it gets changed. So it's when the layer's getting removed, but it's not when this is actually happening here. Because this only happens when you actually right-click and hit delete. So, it's not that. Here's all fine. Fine. This? So this happens. You know, we can ignore everything down here. Yeah. Gotta have a little noise music in there. So I'm guessing it maybe, possibly, theoretically has something to do with this. Like, when you get the layer ID, the parent doesn't exist. See, that doesn't make sense, though. That doesn't make sense. It should have a parent because you were able to click on it. Hold on. Let's just, like, sanity check, reload the project. Alright, we draw into the layer. Save. Then we load. All good. Then we load. It is okay? Then we load. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know what the heck is going on in here in my console, but it's not erroring at me anymore? Okay, that's right. It's only if you switch... It's like if you... It's not even if you switch layers. That's the thing. Oddly. It's not if you switch layers. It's if you click the button. No, I haven't quite figured out who got the parents yet, no. In the Godot world, the children are supposed to, you know, always go with the parents. You shouldn't be able to click on an orphan. That's what's getting me. Yeah, I stand by that statement. Oh, okay, okay. Wait. I think I've made... No. Minor break through, but only in my own understanding of what's going on. Uh, Still don't know why you can click on an orphan, apparently, but you're kind of not, because you're clicking on the child of an orphan, not the orphan itself per se, depending on how you look at it. But like, it's not. Yeah, maybe I need to. Oh, okay, bye. Maybe I need to like remove the child and then remove the parent. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's give that a try. Just see what happens. I'm not sure if there's a good like sort of extensible way to do this. But for now, we'll just do it this way. Okay, now we make thing and we save it. We don't have to keep doing really, but we will. We load and we switch. Okay. So this oh, okay. Okay. Is that the same thing we were doing before? Hmm. What? Like, only if you draw stuff. Something. Oh, I didn't check the output. Yeah, it's inspired by A Sprite. Good morning, Boylan. It's not morning here at all. Hey, Voilin, you know Godot stuff. Why would I be able to click on a button, a toggle button, and then the parent is null for some reason? I mean, you know some stuff. Come on, you're making a whole video editor. You got to know something. Yeah. The get parent is null. We save and then we load. All good. Then we click this button. Currently still good. Okay. Still good. We load. We click the button. Okay, now it's null. Why is it null? Yeah, use the remote tab and find the button. True. True. Okay. What's in here? Wonder what's up with that. I don't know. These timers everywhere. Layer. Here we go. There's the button. There's two of them? Well, let's try this again. Oh, yeah, right. I forgot to give them readable names. Okay. Reload. Now let's look here. Oh. That's... Where are we? Wrong place. That's why. Okay. Now that's strange. Huh? Readable. Cosmic. Readable. With an R. These should have been removed. No, this is the only one that prints that string. Okay. Also, before I had this, it was like actually crashing because it was null. So yeah, what I'm not getting though is this should be a new control, and it shouldn't have a readable name, so it should look like it did before, as far as I know. But instead, it doesn't. Can you add await rendering server reframe? Yeah, I can. I think I know what you mean. Frame pre-draw. Okay. I'll something in here. Save. And then load. And then load. And then load. I think that fixed it. But that's kind of a hack, right? What? Oh, no, I didn't click the button yet. Okay. I gotta make sure I'm in the right everything. Oh, I'm in the second one. I can't be there. Aha. Not there. I wish there was a better way to navigate this. Okay, here. Here. Okay, that's right. Aha. Now it's doing it in a completely different place, but for the same reason. Oh, you can search. Ah, you're right. You can search for nodes. I do wish there was a way to like pin them though, so that way every time you run it, you're like looking at the same part of it, but maybe too much to ask. Yeah, but now here, like, what if we just also await? frame, redraw. We shouldn't have to do that anywhere, but... Huh? What? Can you not do that? Can you not await in a get or something? I'm guessing that's what it is. It's like forcing it to return a special object. Go back to on toggled and add a breakpoint. Let's see. That is button. Add a breakpoint. We can just type breakpoint. I think is what you're saying. Same thing though. Most of those are warnings. There's just like this, which only happens when my layers don't have anything on them. It's not really related to this. Yeah, I do need to do some warning hunting, but again, not really related. Oh, sorry, I was muted there. Yeah, I just do it from here in the layers VBox, and then whenever the layer resource changes, I go through and I remove all of the old, layer controls, and then I re-add them based on the layer resource contents. So I just construct them, the new ones here. I don't need this anymore, that's old. Oh, well, we can't do that. Oh, no, I only do that if. Fine. But it could be related. I think I kind of might know what it is. And it's stupid. But it's because there are signals, I think, connected to nodes that are not in the tree. And so those signals are going off, and it's activating in these nodes that are just kind of floating. But then there are also actual buttons that are also connected. So yeah, it's like something to do with the resources. Aren't changing or something. Oh yeah, the remove the breakpoint. Or just continue if I can, but can't. So there you go. I don't know if that's super useful. Yeah. See, that didn't occur to me that you could even theoretically have a script floating around without a node. But I don't know, maybe that's a thing. But yeah, not here. So we need I mean, there's probably maybe we can use something fancier, but one way to do it would be to just okay, get parent in the ready function. That should be fine. Okay. Let's try it. Huh. I think we're officially printing too many things for me to understand what's going on. Yeah. Something happened between initializing the button and the toggle. Yep. And the kind of not great but acceptable way to do this. I don't know. Is there like a like exit tree? Do we have exit tree? Or like unready? Or no? It would just be exit tree, pretty much. Yeah, we can absolutely use that. Tree exited. Oh, you mean like check? Nah. I'm just gonna disconnect the signal. Oh, connect it to tree exited. Yeah, no. This is easier. We would just do actually, is it easier? Cause what did I do? Where did I connect that? I may have done things a little bit weird. It's not just that. This is irrelevant. It's also something to do with in here. Probably with the layer control. Right, so where do we connect that? Right? That's the question. Because something's happening I think... I mean, I think we could just... We could just disconnect this, like... And then... I don't know. You free. That's bad. A bad idea. It's actually a very, very bad idea. This is a much better idea. We gotta click a button. That seems alright. I don't know what this is about, to be honest. But that will at least keep it from completely dying. I don't know why we have those floating around in the first place, or how I'm able to toggle them. It's like I'm toggling multiple buttons with one button. Almost. Like, that's the only way that I can see this making sense. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. So it's not really about this at all. It's about the other thing. So in here, right, we're connecting to when the layers change. Yeah, no, I get it. It's hard enough on this side. And I wrote it, so. So when the layers change, is inside tree. I mean, the thing is, I don't know what. That's not gonna do much good. We already know it's not in the tree. When the parent is null, that's because it's not in the tree. What we don't know is how it's still, like, anything is happening at all. And that still bothers me, like, because as far as I can tell, that shouldn't be possible. We don't have any signals connected to this node, right? Well, we could check that, I guess. We could literally just print out, like, all of the signals that are connected to it. Let's try that, I guess. What would that be? True. To do that. So it would be the layer button. And when we're toggled, let's print out all of these signals that are interesting. Here we go, get signal list, get signal connection list. That's the right one. Right, isn't it? Or maybe it's get signal list. See, I don't know what the signal is. Is there a way to tell what callables are connected to what signals? Yeah, it might. I haven't tried the latest version of Gozen. I gotta get on that. Is there the opposite of set block signals? Is there like not being able to accept signals? Because that should be a thing. See, this is the problem. I don't know what signals I'm dealing with. I mean, I could just try get signal list. We'll see. Actually not getting anything printed at all, which is a little weird. Maybe I have to save first, then load. Huh? Does printing the signal list make it work? That doesn't make much sense. No, it's just not doing it anymore. Let's see, save. Load. Click. Huh? What? Huh? Am I crazy? Okay. We draw. Save. Reload. We make a new layer. We load. We click. We make a new layer and we draw in it. Then we save. And then we load. I guess I drew the wrong layer again. But it's not... Huh? What? I'm going insane! This doesn't make sense. I didn't change anything of material. Or maybe like that, but that's, again, not anything real. Setting a string, no, nothing. What? So I must have changed something else, right? Right? What did I change? I removed that. That shouldn't have done anything as far as I'm aware. This shouldn't even be necessary. Alright. Good luck on to you too. Yeah, I'll let you know if I figure it out. I have a feeling this is not the last I'll see of this issue. Yeah. I could try that. I'll give that a shot next time if it crops up again. I really don't know what just happened. I am at a loss for words. How? Well, it's not doing it now, I guess. We'll figure it out eventually, or it'll never happen again. Those are the things that could happen. Oh. Okay. This is why. That's why. It didn't magically fix itself, sadly. We just forgot about a thing we did. No, I refuse. This doesn't make sense. This still doesn't make sense. Because then this should happen. Somehow. Oh. It still was not completely randomly just fixed. That's what I did. If you make it not connect the signal won't be connected. Yeah, it's okay. You can believe it's magic. Probably better that way. Okay. Here's a way that we can possibly figured this out. Let's... Since we're pretty sure that it's an issue here. We can see if we've used it anywhere else. Okay. That should be fine. That should be fine. Should all be fine. I have no clue why this button is able to be toggled and not part of the tree. All I can think is that like the thing somehow is like removed, and that like untoggles it, or something stupid. Something very strange deep in the code of Godot is causing the button to still exist and be toggleable. I mean, I could try that. I don't think it's gonna help. I think this has a better shot of working. Which is just only get it if we actually need it. Because maybe the button gets toggled off when you remove it from the tree. Which I think might be what's happening. So we'll give that a shot. I think that's working? That seems to be working. Which is weird. That's pretty weird. That's weird. Let's see if there's an issue for that. We choose. Toggle. Is in tree returns false even though node is in tree? Do I ever set the owner? Perchance? I do not. I'm not packing a scene at runtime, so this doesn't make too much sense. Let's just search it. Button becomes untoggled when removed from tree Godot. Ooh, maybe it's something to do with it being in the button group still. This is still incorrect. Like it shouldn't happen. But I can see why it would. And that would be a good thing to make a what you call it? Make an issue about on the GitHub. Let's see. So if I'm right, then what we need to do is when we exit the tree, we set the button group to, I don't know, null. Something like that. Let me go ahead and load. What happens right now? We don't have a way of telling. Okay. I don't think those should be on the same layer, but I'm not going to question it just yet. So I think that works. I think that kind of fixes it, sort of. Yeah. So that makes sense. In its own twisted way, that makes sense. Another question is, like, is that actually a bug? I kind of think it is. Like, I don't expect that behavior. But, you know, maybe someone might disagree. But I think if you wanted, you know, the button to act like that, you would add it to the tree and then maybe, like, just hide it. I'm curious, did I... This is fine. Layer button group, right? We have a separate button group for anything else that needs it. Does anything else need it? I don't know. What? Okay, it's all in here. That's fine. And then this also has a button group. But that is... Yeah. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, actually, I think I need to do something more like this, in that it should actually be like a member of layers, and it should be like, or layer grid, something like that, and it should actually be giving it to them, because we can have multiple sprites, and if we have them like all like in a big button group, that would be bad. And that's what's happening right now too, if you have them in a... It's kind of not, though. Like, it's kind of not what's happening. So I think it might be, you know, scene local or something like that, but this definitely seems related to the issue. So it would be a good idea to at least check if this makes sense. Let's just... It's time we made a new script for this anyway. Put this in new scripts. And then we want to make new button group. I'm gonna name it correctly. Well, now we can't exactly do that, can we? Because we need to set it when we... when we add it here. So we should call it something like layer button group. This is kind of bad, to be honest, but fine. Set that button group. And then, yeah, let's see what that does. We load. Okay. So we can still get the error. So it is, I think, not like just my problem or anything. But yeah. Gotta do that. Okay. Seems good. For now. And I'll just make a note for myself to make an issue about that later. Alright, there we go. That was a big old tangent. Yeah, in case anybody who's here hasn't seen yet, got everything working nicely here. The alpha on the edges of the brush look correct. You can erase stuff and it looks good. That took some effort the other day. And then, let's see. Got that. What else do we need? And then we also... Let's see, hold on, let me look at my to-do list here. Oh, that's right. So we could also add more things to the data. So if we go such a big scene, I really need to break it up. It's gonna get more and more challenging. But we can add more data in here. Let's see. Is there anything else we actually need right now? I don't think there actually is. Other than this. So your current, like, selected colors, which they need some work as well. So that would need some work, and then stuff like the size of the sprite. That would also need to be stored. We also need to be able to make a new one. We can't do that right now. Gonna have to break up the tools as well. There's too many in one thing here. That's not a thing for now, though. For now, let's go ahead and add these. Which should kind of be a thing already. Let's see. I need to figure out how I'm actually doing that, though. Okay, so that would be where the palette stuff is. Which is... Let me just search it. Shouldn't it be selected now? What the heck? Okay, close this. Close this. Aha. Alright, so... Got the lockbox. Spin. We got... this, that, and the other thing. Okay. Got our... here, and then I think we just set it in current info. That's fine, though. At least, hypothetically, it's fine. This seems excessive. Okay. The main thing that we're taking away from this is that we need to move this and really most of this over to an individual sprite thing, unless we don't want that. Which, I mean, you know, but I think they can, like, even an A sprite, I think they, or, no? I was gonna say, I think they can diverge a bit. Like, I'm certain they do sometimes, but it's not the usual, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not even really sure, you know, if you save it, if it'll keep that, but let's go ahead and do it, though. Let's not do it. Let's not do it, and it's fine. For now. There was something else. Of course, there's the, like, sprite size and that kind of thing. Well, we can go ahead and do that pretty easily, I think. At least the basics of it. So the way we would do that is... I think we'll put it up here. We'll say... sprite size. Or just size, I guess, because it's a sprite. And that's going to be vector 2i. And actually, let's call this... I'm not sure if there's anything already called size. There's probably not. But, like, yeah, there's not. But it feels less ambiguous. Because there are some other things that use size to mean slightly different things. All right, see you, Cosmic. Thanks for being here. Hope your migraine gets better. Okay, we set the canvas size, and then because we're a storable resource, all the storing should be and loading should be handled for that. So then we just have to add something to the canvas. We're gonna call it on canvas size changed, or there we go, on sprite canvas size changed. Bit of a mouthful, but it gets the job done. And then we're going to let's see, resize size, there we go, size equals owner dot sprite dot canvas size. That should be right. And then we need to do something at the beginning to set up that link. And to do that, we're just going to connect signal here, which we forgot to make. And honestly, this is gonna get confusing again. I think it's actually better if it's just size, because of the way that it is. Which is weird, but it's true. So actually we would do that. And we're gonna connect that to this. This is fine. Okay. And then we go here. Make a new signal. Size changed. Let's actually pass that in like we've been doing, though we don't have to. It's not standard. But because of the way that we're doing things, it does make it a little nicer. And then when we set our value, we also send our size changed signal. Let's also go ahead and rename this like we said we were going to. All right. And we also do that. It's fine. All right, that looks good to me. Now let's go back to our canvas real quick. So we connect. And then we also need to have a parameter here. We'll call it new size. All right, there we go. Now we just need to make a way to actually resize the sprite. So the way that I'm going to do that is, I think, by by going to our main scene, and in here we have our little menu. Let's see. That is connected to here. Oh, to the tab container. All right, to the tab container. Okay. So we need to add an additional option here. Yeah, we'll call it here we go. Resize, and it's gonna be a really bad resize. It's just gonna like do it, but that's okay. Okay, and then in here, when we select our option, if it is then that is going to mean resize. And to do that, we're going to get the current tab. I'm gonna get the sprite. We're gonna set its size equal to a new size of some kind. You know, let's actually just yeah. This is fine. We'll figure it out later when we need to change things. We'll change them. Going to set our sprite size. But before we do that, we have to get one from the user. We're going to make a node for that. Let's just make... I mean, there's, again, better ways to do this, but for now, we're just going to do some kind of pop-up. It's going to be pop-up panel, I suppose. And then we need an input. Let's see. We need a way to put a number in. Or even better, a vector, but I don't know if there's a proper input for that. Let's see here. What would we call that? I think line edit is the closest to what we're looking for. Let's add that. It's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm going to have to keep that in mind for later. Yeah, line edit. Let's see. Or we could just You know what? It's actually easier if we just add 2 spin boxes. So that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, and then we add them to the pop-up. I think there's a better version of pop-up. Something that like has a way to do something. I can't remember what it is though. Let's see what happens here. We do resize. That didn't do anything. I think we have to probably set the position of the pop-up. Or no, we didn't actually make the pop-up pop up. So that's what we have to do. We do resize. Okay. Now we want to set it to be like in the center and stuff. This is actually a very inefficient way to do it. We need to make a new scene. And this needs to be a pop-up panel. Yes. And then let's go ahead and name this resize pop-up. Then we'll add our spin boxes. Okay. There we go. We also need to add something. A VBox container. For now, anyway. And then we're going to have, let's see, a method in here where we can or just not even a method. We need see, do we have some signals? No, let's just make some some variables. This is going to be what would we call that? The new size that the user wants. And we can just call it new size. It's fine. That's going to be vector 2i. When we get that, we're going to grab this spin box's value. Alright. That seems pretty good. We also need like an OK button. And I think, like, I'm pretty sure there's some kind of way to do this part automatically where you have like an OK button stuff. But maybe I'm just confusing it with the way that like the file pop-ups and stuff work. I think what we need to do here is connect signal from here. So we need to connect that. Here we need to rename this first. So this is going to be the OK button. This is going to be the cancel button. And those need to be in their own HBox. All right. Now let's connect those signals up. So in this case, we'll just have something for the status. We'll call it something like is okay. By default, it'll be null. When the cancel button is pressed, it'll be false. And then we will also there's a way to hide. Just hide. I guess so. Nothing special. here we say is okay is true. And then we also need to hide. And then here, we go back to our container. Sorry, we go back to our sprite scene. And then going to instantiate that scene. So that is going to be our resize pop-up scene. We instantiate that. And then let's also connect pop-up hide to no, this is not great. Let's make a new signal here. We will call the new signal. Is probably fine. And then we're going to emit that. And then we connect that. And then from there, we just have to set the size. So that would be sprite dot size equals new size. That should be serviceable. What? Oh, I never added it to the tree? That must have been something I accidentally removed. There you go. For some reason, I cannot set those higher than 100. That doesn't make sense, but there's probably a good reason. If I had to guess, that reason would be that the spin box has like a max value. Yep. I want that to not really exist, but I'm going to just set it to something very high. This is an acceptably high number. It'll work. We can work out the details later. All right. I do wonder if there's a way to make this stick to the left or right. But pretty good. Ah, that'll do it. I don't know that that's great either, but eh. Let's just put them on the right. That seems okay. And then let's make this a little bit smaller. Yeah, that seems all right for now. And then let's also add a setter. And then here we also want to set that. And let's also quickly set the minimum values on these to 1, because you can never make a sprite that is 0. All right. Okay, so that's... yeah, I can see why that wouldn't work. Let's real quickly go back to the sprite scene here. We have to do it after we add the child. That still doesn't work. So that's weird, but I don't know. Not sure why exactly setting the value doesn't seem to make it show. But that's alright. Don't need to worry about it too much. Oh, because we don't really have a... It's just whatever the default is. Alright. That's cool, though. Alright, that's gonna have to be about it for tonight.